Hi everyone, I'm Katrina and today I am getting rid of some books. As you may know, I have quite a lot of books on my shelves, so space is really precious. I don't have a lot of it left. Every so often I like to go through my books and see if there's anything that I no longer have any interest in reading that I can unhaul so I can make space for new books that I am really excited about reading. In a lot of cases, I decide to unhaul books because my reading tastes have changed. I also get sent quite a lot of unsolicited copies of books, and occasionally I'll get sent books from genres that I have no interest in, so I like to pass them along to other people that are more likely to enjoy them than me. As a bit of a disclaimer as well, just because I'm unhauling these books, that doesn't mean that I think they would be bad books in any way. In a lot of cases, I haven't actually read those books, so who knows? I just don't have any compulsion to pick them up. So if there are any books that I mentioned today that are your favourites, please don't feel offended. It's just I don't have any desire to read them at this point in time. My reading tastes may change once again in the future, so who knows? Never say never, but for the time being, I'd rather prioritise books that I'm really excited about and make space for new books that I'm also really excited to read. And if my reading tastes do change and I do feel the need to pick them up, then I can always borrow them from the library. I'm not going to give a reason as to why I'm getting rid of each and every book because that would just get extremely repetitive. For the most part, I either have lost interest or I own multiple copies of them and I'm getting rid of the extra ones. To begin on a light note, the first books that I'm going to be mentioning are ones that I do have multiple copies of, and I've either acquired several because I bought one and then was sent one by the publisher or in subscription boxes, or I received a few of them in goodie bags, such as TeenCon last year. I received 2 copies of The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon and I already had one at home, so that means I have 3. Speaking of The Bone Season, the first book I'm unhauling is The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. I've already given away my third copy of this to one of my friends, so this is the extra copy that I have now that I am donating. Zeros by Scott Westerfeld, Margot Lanigan and Deborah Biancotti, Rebel of the Sands by Alwyn Hamilton, And I Darken by Kirsten White, Scythe by Neil Schusterman, The Silent Invasion by James Bradley. I have a finished copy and this is the ARC copy that I was also sent, so this one is saying goodbye. Dumplin' by Julie Murphy. Same thing with this one. This is the ARC copy. I also have a finished edition. And Valentine by Jodie McAllister. These next 4 books I mentioned in my recent Try a Chapter Unhaul edition. So I read the first chapter of 5 books and I decided to get rid of 4. The 5th one I have to read in a couple of months. If not, I will also get rid of that at some point. The Repossession by Sam Hawksmoor. Cruel by Jennifer Albin. Misfortune Cookie by Lauren Bjorkman. Mila 2.0 by Deborah Dreeser. I'm also getting rid of just a handful of books that I've already read. We have Endgame by James Frey, Evernight, Stargazer and Afterlife by Claudia Gray. I am missing one of the books from this series. I don't know what happened to it. It just walked off. For the rest of the books, they were either sent to me unsolicited by the publishers or I bought them myself and I don't have any desire to pick them up. Crash Into You and Dare You To by Katie McGarry, The Peculiar by Stephen Bachman, Night World by LJ Smith, Dream Fever by Kit Alloway, The Lost Prince by Julie Kagawa, Pandemonium by Lauren Oliver, Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, a casebook edited by Robert Kolker, a graphic biography of Steve Jobs by Jesse Hartland, Walking Disaster by Jamie Maguire, Half Bad by Sally Green, Cooper Bartholomew is Dead by Rebecca James, Glow by Amy Kathleen Ryan, Demon Road by Derek Landy, Perfect Chemistry and Rules of Attraction by Simone Elcalez. This is one that I'm unsure about and I think that I might actually include in another Try a Chapter Unhaul edition in the future. I often find that I have to really push myself to pick up contemporary books for some reason. I'm often quite pleasantly surprised by them, but just getting to picking those books up in the first place I struggle with. So I've heard really good things about this one. It's just been so long since I picked these books up. It would have been the first year or 2 that I was on BookTube and I've been here for 5 years, so it's been sitting on my shelf for a really long time. And that is it. Those are all of the books that I'm getting rid of for the time being. Most of these I will either give to friends, otherwise they will be donated to my local library or to charity shops. I hope that you found this video interesting. I'm not going to say enjoyable, but like I mentioned, if there are any books on here that you absolutely love, please don't feel offended. They're just not taking my fancy at this point in time and they've been on my shelves for so long, so it's unlikely that I'm going to pick them up. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you tomorrow with a new video. So until then, I'll talk to you guys in the comments. Bye!